Microphone muted. Sound resumed.
Alright, whoops.
Microphone activated.
Alright, welcome to Game 2 Battle Arena, hosted by Trinity Force Network every Thursday at 7 p.m. to help people improve their gameplay. Gold 1 and below, and at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Also at Bronze Boot Camp, 12 p.m. noon, Saturdays, Eastern Time. Help players Silver 5 and below improve their gameplay. Similar to this, but it's more of a safe environment for new players. Also check out trinityforce.com. I'll pull it up for a second. Have a lot of interesting stuff on this website. We have 5 podcasts. We also have this new information tab for you to learn more about Battle Arena if you missed something because I'm talking fast. Also have a community page. Helps you join the TeamSpeak and talk with us. Get on Reddit, talk with us. Also, if you want to join the Chief T-Force chat room, we're getting that question in stream chat. Hit the View Your Chat Room's control panel. Join a chat room. Type in T-Force, and it will load on up like this. So you should be good to go. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask in chat, and we'll try and do a better job at talking to you guys this game, so we can keep the communication a little more open. If you have any questions, feel free to ask as well.
Yep.
And bans, this looks like BM target bans.
Another game of target bans. Who would have thunk it? Who's the Aurelia ban against?
I don't know. I haven't played Aurelia in ranked. She's real hard. You build Trinity Force and you press E and Sheen proc them. Tough champion.
Yeah, it's not that rough actually. That makes sense.
I think she's on the easier side.
She's pretty free.
Gaga's first pick. I don't think there's a lot to say about that. Jace recently got buffs though, which is nice. I don't know how much they actually helped, because he got a tiny nerf when they changed Brutalizer to not build into Cleaver anymore. Although some Jaces went Ghostblade anyway. But I feel like, I don't know. I don't know any like good Jace mains, so I haven't been able to ask anyone what they really think about it.
I've played Jace a couple games, and Muramana Last Whisper seems like
it's a solid core.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Cleaver actually isn't that. I don't think Cleaver's that bad either.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't get it. I'd get it. I wouldn't get it as second item though. Let's see what his build is though.
Wukong, that's a little risky pick. Wukong has some issues.
Aeroban Terror against Brown, who's on his team.
Wukong can be very feast or famine. Any tips on how to improve ward placement? Not putting them down, but choosing where?
I can maybe speak a little bit. I want to try not to focus on spots that you feel you should always have warded, but just think ahead of the next 3 minutes of where your team will be or where you will need vision.
Mm-hmm.
And base it off that, I guess, is the best advice I can give.
Yeah.
So
Makes
it doesn't
sense.
necessarily mean, oh, I should always have the Raptor Bush warded. It always needs to be warded. Well, if everybody's, kind of ganging around bot, you don't really need to worry about that unless you feel like somebody's going to push in mid. So yeah, just think about where you're going, where the other team's going for the next 3 minutes, and see if you can kind of almost predict where people are going to go, I guess. Did you want to add to that, Horse?
Yeah, here is a map of Summoner's Rift for anybody who's watching stream. General, very, very general wards is, I'm going to go over something quickly. I call it like the 2-7-12 rule, or you can even call it like the 2-3-10, there are a lot of names for it. So, check lanes. When people walk to lane, you can tell what buff they started at. So on and so forth. You're playing mid, I've gone over it with people. And let's say you start this buff and you kill at 2:15, and you kill this buff at like 3:30. Not only do you know from where they started where they are once and twice, you know that they're gonna kill this buff again around 7:30 because the spawn time is 5. And you know they're gonna kill this buff again around 8:30 to probably like 9:30. So they're gonna kill their first buff, their second buff, their first buff again, and their second buff again. These are good times to ward if you do want to go for aggressive wards, because I see that's more of the issue in Battle Arena. People, I don't know, you guys are good at defensively warding, but I don't see wards creep into the other team's jungle.
Yeah.
And until you get like into low to mid diamonds, junglers are very predictable, and you can kind of use this rule and just ward them out. And if you go for the red side, you want to look to ward Wraiths. If you're playing bot lane, try Wraiths is kind of more of a mid one. You can also go Banana Bush if you're playing this side. You can go Wraiths on this side, Banana Bush if you're playing purple side. Top lane, blue side you want to look at Try, purple side you want to look at River, and just remember the 2:30, 7:30, 3:30, 8:30 rule. And I don't know, people are very predictable. You can kind of put down the same words every game and catch people. Not LCS, they're not analyzing your plays. You're just playing random people over and over again.
Should just generally be fine there.
That may help people, at least for getting wards into the other team's jungle. Which is kind of what I want to see more in Battle Arena. You guys ward more than my solo queue games, but I see less. And I see less because they're all defensive. Picks are pretty interesting. Draven into Vayne. That can be a rough lane. Draven Janna. That's one of my favorite Draven lanes. I have no idea if this will work. YOLO.
You playing? Oh, Fiora mid against Fizz. Okay, I could see it working.
Whale's gonna have a fun lane. So we'll go down lanes. Jungle matchup. Gragas is a better pre-6. After 6 is kind of a skill matchup on who meets who on the map. They can both counter gank each other pretty well. I think they're about the same as far as dueling goes. Outside of ultimates, Gragas is stronger, but with ultimates, it's a skill matchup. It kind of sounds like it's bad for Wukong, but is just kind of due to the fact that Gragas is a stronger jungler. I don't know, Gragas is just like broken. Hopefully they nerf him a little bit more. Fiora against Fizz. Pretty feast or famine. Whoever loses Flash is probably going to die at 6. So the jungler should really make a point of contesting and snowballing that lane. Especially, like, neither of them have wave clear. And if you look at 2 melee champions with that wave clear, that's the most feast or famine lane you can get. Because if somebody loses, the other person just freezes out. And it's like, how do you break freeze on Fiora? You die. Malphite versus Jace. Should be favorable for Jace. Jace bullies. Malphite doesn't really the mana pool to spam out. W buff helps Malphite a bit. He actually puts a point in it now. But you don't want to max Q if you play AD Malphite. If you play AP, you usually don't max Q, but sometimes you do. So we'll see what he's playing. Because the AD and the AP Malphite matchups are both different, and I don't have 2 minutes to elaborate. Jace versus Vayne. Draven versus Vayne. Draven needs to 2v1. Like, he needs to absolutely dumpster them. With Janna shields, he should be able to 2v1, even if the Janna isn't amazing. Just don't get hit with the Morgana Bind near a wall, and you'll probably be good. But Draven absolutely destroys this lane. There's almost no counterplay too, because if Vayne goes to auto-attack Draven, Draven steps up and Vayne tumbles, and then once Vayne tumbles, Draven stand-asides, and just it's over. It's all ogre.
Ogre. But are we going Vayne spotting this game? That's the one question.
Not only is he a little harder early game, but he also has more power towards mid to late game. That's good.
Yeah, I think Jace is in a pretty good spot right now. We'll see him back in competitive play.
Jace is similar to Draven, and he's balanced by how hard he is to play. Except Draven's harder.
Draven's so hard to play. Hardest champion in the game to play.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think
So
the
good,
three
though.
hardest AD carries are Vayne, Draven, Caitlyn. I think Draven's on his own tier, and then Caitlyn and Vayne are on their own tier, and then everybody else.
I think to follow up on that, I think actually Varus is. I would say Varus is the 80 in like the 80 carry role is just below that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can be up there too. Varus is a pretty high skill cap. I haven't seen anybody else play good Varus besides myself. Not to sound conceited, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't play Varus to save my life, but it's just
But
because I played
Callisto,
him for 2 seasons in the bottom lane, so
I think
it
part of
feels weird.
inherent skill cap is win conditions or difficult
Yeah.
lanes. So Caitlyn's skill cap is maximizing damage in win conditions and positioning and just crazy micro. Vayne's skill cap is crazy micro and winning hard lanes. Callisto already wins lane. Her win conditions aren't crazy to meet. And mechanically, once you can do the jump part of her kit, she's not that hard to play. Like I don't think Callisto's difficult once you get the jumping down. And the jumping is just practice. It's not difficulty, it's like muscle memory.
Stalker.
Yeah, I think I'm
Stalker,
going to do
please.
my next AD carry thing on Varus. I like him a lot, and nobody else seems to know what the hell is going on. Maybe Draven, either Varus or Draven. It depends on if I can get a guest or not. I'll see if he's working. Pineapples is taking their time to load.
Dude, looking at runes. I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
So as far as team comps go, blue team needs to win mid game.
Yeah.
If they're both pretty mid gamey though. Like Vayne in a 5v5 is never good here. Unless she can tumble Malphite ult, which is asking a lot. Vayne's weird because she's such a good late game champ, but she's not like the best 5v5 champion a lot of the time. She's really hard to get damage out on too. Like she does a lot of damage in like a target dummy scenario, but if you ever watch a good Vayne play, their damage output's so much lower than any other champion. Just because a lot of the time you can't auto attack her, you'll die. And that's not a good thing for an AD carry.
And it defeats the purpose of having an 80 carry.
That is Vayne though.
Stalker looks to be DC'd. Ooh.
Why would you play
Maybe.
Draven with lag? That's like some so horrible punishment out of like
That's
a Saw
like-
movie.
That's like 9th circle of hell. Right there. Not ninth circle, maybe like the 3rd. But
But Gragas isn't there.
Mm-hmm. So we'll talk Draven tips for all you people trying to learn Draven. So on Draven, most people go BT or IE first. That's another talk. I'll say, unless you're a Draven god, but you kind of have to be a Draven god to play Draven. IE first is strong. If you're really
If you have a
confident in
lead-
your
if you have a
Draven,
big lead, you can do it. But you know, if it's even or you're behind, Bloodthirster's really awesome.
it's the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, if you're ahead, you get BT to 2v1.
Oh.
If you're behind, you need IE to deal damage. BT is half defensive item. Half of the stats on it are defensive. Lifesteal is a defensive stat. But Sheen proc, second item is kind of what I wanted to talk about. Shiv, PD, Ghostblade, Trinity. Draven can build all of these items second. Usually, if you get an attack speed, you want to go PD. The attack speed helps you juggle.
Mm-hmm.
And just Shiv doesn't synergize that well with Draven, and having more crit chance is a pretty big deal because of how hard his crits hit. If you go Trinity, you want to make sure to use your W to proc Trinity when you can. You should have
Yeah.
2 axes going into a team fight, and you don't want to waste Q because sometimes you need to drop and not get hit by a skill shot, and you want to be able to pick axe up again.
Did you guys talk about this mid matchup at all as we enter a pause?
I think it's just feast or famine and who ganks. Like it's a skill matchup. Fish should win it, but we'll see. I don't like the Dorn's blade out of Fiora though. 1 pot against Fizz is kind of risky. If you get ganked, you just have to recall when you go Dorn's blade 1 pot. Oh, arrows DC,
Poke him.
awesome.
Let me poke him.
Speaking of poke, rules for Battle Arena, we haven't mentioned either of these games, but people have been good for a while. We'll bring them up just in case we have some dead space. I just rhymed. But, no bad manners. If you see somebody being bad-mannered, which is short for flaming, toxicity, anything that's like a normal ban in the real world, take a screenshot and send it in to us or the Trinity Force email, which you can find at trinityforcepodcast.com. No TeamSpeak. Yeah, just no Skype, no voice communication. This is supposed to simulate solo queue and have fun. Also, take it somewhat seriously. A lot of people do go back and watch these, and a lot of people are here to learn. And it's malicious of you to come in here and like troll because you're affecting like somebody else's learning environment. Imagine you're in a high school class and you're a really interesting subject and the teacher's teaching it at the front of the room. Hopefully this is a very interesting subject for you guys. But another kid is throwing spitballs at the teacher, or the other kids are he's on his phone texting next to you. That isn't a good learning environment, and it's not fair to the people who are actually here to learn.
Yeah.
There we go. We're back in.
Alright, he's back. So, this is actually something that happens sometimes, and I'll touch on the correct play when a jungle DCs. When a jungle DCs, the correct play is for bot lane to rush 2 as quickly as they can, or if they can't rush 2 as quickly as they can, for the AD carry to play a little more passively, and for the support to go back and help leash, usually.
Mm-hmm.
Sucker needs to A-click. If you A-click, you can catch them as they dip back into a bush there and they're slightly targetable. And in a mouse, you're kind of leaving it up to your human ability. Which, I don't know about you guys, but personally I cannot click that fast and that accurately.
I can.
I can't.
But then again, I'm undefeated on Draven this season, so no big deal.
What's your record? 1-0 in ranked?
7-0 in normals.
Oh, shit.
It counts.
It's better than my 1-0 in ranked with a negative KD or under 2 KDA. So
Nice.
Yeah, I've been watching people's Draven. I think Punch has it down more than anybody. I think Tuco's in second. Battle's Draven's okay too.
I'm in like a close 9th, 10th.
I think Punch
We
is
have
pretty
too
far
many
ahead of
AD
everybody
carries
else.
and-
What's that?
We have too many AD carries and supports in this community, I feel like.
I
I
know.
play everything, man. I'm playing top lane now. If I want to learn a role rank,
Solo
is
lanes
the
are
best
just
place
more
to
fun,
learn it.
anyways.
Yeah.
I don't learn anything in normals.
Pineapples is just taking free harass there.
There's a good trade
Yeah.
by Spork. If Fizz blows a skill, Spork can look to all in here. You know that Ignite is 130 true damage. So if you can get Ignite and 2 spells down, if Fizz is 430, he's a good kill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say for bot lane, if you're
Do you have
Morgana,
enough
what
mana
you
for
want
2
to
skills?
try and do is, you know where Draven's going to catch that axe, so you could almost predict where you want to send your binding. At the same time as Draven, you can make sure your axe ends up in the middle of your own minion wave to help kind of block that attempt by Morgana to
You can
bind
bait
you.
Morg too. I've seen
Yeah,
my
you can
brother
also
do
use
this
it
a
to bait,
lot.
purposely drop an axe.
When
have
you
it
bait,
forward.
make sure that you have another queue up so you can pull axe again. And just bait, pull axe, and like 2v2. Because
Yep.
Morgana without a bind in 2v2 is crap.
At Ignite, though.
Oh, we're gonna have a fight.
Jungler's coming for a brawl. Oh,
Wow.
he
Silent,
walked
Silent
into
Silent walked
it.
into the barrel. He's dead.
Yeah.
GG First Blood.
This is why priority is important of Fizz and Fiora. I mean, Fizz recalled, but Fiora beat Fizz badly enough that she couldn't help Wukong there, and he may have expected Fizz to come and help.
So close.
Mm-hmm.
Draven.
Draven's just a bully, dude.
Except he doesn't fall off.
Yeah, well,
The only part of Draven that falls off is somebody's ability to play Draven. Late game, he still puts out more damage than like everybody, and he has a good kit with spells and move speed.
Mhm.
It's just hard to use it.
Oh, it's really difficult to use it. Because you have to be like watching where your opponents are, where their projectiles are, and where your axes are going all at the same time, and you can generally do a good job of leading it, but
They're better. At least they don't fall in walls as hard as they used to.
mm-hmm.
They've got 3 Dorans. I like this. I think you're losing lane really badly. Or you're struggling in lane and you kind of want something to put you over the tip. The 3 Dorans. Especially when somebody like Fizz is strong. And Jace went tier, 2-pot. Not worst. He really needs to bully Malphite though. Malphite getting a CS advantage is pretty bad against Jace.
Patton. He's got Chain Vest into his tier, so he's generally going to be in a good spot. Oh, pineapples.
Oh,
Oh, but
Janna!
Whale's there.
He's KS Draven before he's about to get killed. That's so bad. Alright, so don't KS Draven.
Yeah, that's like the most unfortunate situation ever if you're a Draven player is getting KS'd. So.
Right before you die. And good cover by Wukong. So if you're supporting jungle main, learn what the S key does and learn how to use it. It's pretty important to make sure that your carries get gold.
Brown's like taking no damage top.
Yeah. Jace can do it, he just got to chip. It'll add up, but he needs to be harassing like 24/7. Malphite can't harass him back besides Q.
Yeah. He could have gone Shroud, because I feel like Shroud would have been a better choice than Chain Vest in a most likely Sunfire cape.
That's good. Sunfire is better early. It gives him more control and gives him the ability to shove wave and roam. But Shroud and Heart is after like 2 items, it's better. Heart's something you buy just to subjugate.
Yeah, I just avoided that bush. One of the things you could do, and they did a good job of going and picking up that pink ward afterwards, but I noticed that people like actually just like miss bushes. Just like not choose to walk through them.
So don't use skills when Fiora ults. He'd want to use his Fizz Flip there to kill the damage.
He was just dead anyways. There was nothing he could have done about it.
Mm-hmm.
Would he have? He
May
makes him
have.
untargetable. If the ability is already on him, does that like negate your ult?
It should. Draven just gets it bind and fights.
Hits them both with a spinning axe, and they're both at 2/3.
Balanced. Says Draven here, you will have times where your axes drop. You always want to be either, if you're in TeamSpeak with your support, try and make sure you have 2 axes before you fight. If you're in solo queue, hope your support knows how to play with the Draven.
Yeah.
But generally, the more axes, the better if you're fighting.
Uh-huh. Stalker just... His axes are good in lane. I just want to see how it translates to team fights, though.
It is a rough transition to team fights.
Mm-hmm.
It's especially difficult when like it's a long drawn out standoff mid and you probably end up dropping your axes.
Yeah.
So you end up starting to fight with only one. But yeah.
I've heard so many games of just let me get axes. It is important to have both of them when you fight though.
Mm-hmm.
Wraiths are a good tool if you're drawing out mid, kind of standing here, warding over the wall, and just pulling axes before a fight can be useful. Oh, Draven needs to fight. Oh, so Vayne tumbles.
hit
He needs
that
to stand
Vayne.
aside and kill her. If
She
Vayne
was so
tumbles
dead.
within stand aside range, she needs to die.
Mm-hmm.
Kill her.
It's all about just properly punishing. Also, Pineapples needs to save Black Shield. Pineapples, you need to save Black Shield for not Draven axes.
Rough.
Oh no. Catch
Oh.
it. There you go. Switch targets.
More. Oh, that crit though. Did he crit? Oh, and Jenna just saved
There it is.
Vayne for a second.
The 2 most balanced champions in the same game together.
Draven.
And Janna.
When he gets that BF sword, like you can
Janna Draven.
you can out trade a Draven before he gets a BF sword. But
After that, no.
once
I'm
that
sorry.
happens,
Especially if it's Janna Draven with BF sword and
oh,
level 4 shield now. No, you're not gonna out trade that.
yeah.
I don't like taking tower here. Most games I like taking tower, but if you're playing someone like Draven, once you take tower, you can't kill him anymore. So I would have just left a wave or 2 at the tower and came back. Pineapples, you don't need to lose all of your health. Spork did a pretty good job though. He's beating WoW, and he has levels. But he kind of randomly died there, which isn't good.
Well, he got ganked by Silent, and there was really nothing he could do about it. So got all by arrow.
Where did he die in lane? I didn't see it.
He was about where they are. He was between. I don't know how to describe it. He was past mid bushes, but he wasn't all the way up to turret. So and he got hit by Fish Wukong alt combo.
Yeah.
It was just a good gank.
Yeah, the one thing I will say there is, Fizz ulted bot when he roamed. So if Fizz has ult up and you're playing a melee champion, playing past the mid-center line with that wards on either side is pretty risky. So you may be able to prevent that just by recalling and getting a ward or something like that.
Speed.
Generally good items though. Janna, Talisman Rush is greedy, but you're winning lane hard enough that it's a pretty good buy.
It's Draven.
Mikhail's is
Jace
Draven's
continuing
best
to do
friend.
no damage to Crown.
Yeah. He's already got a Sunfire Cape, that's rough.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt Jace to maybe roam mid at some point, but or use his teleport offensively, but
Yeah. Although he's fine with the farming it out game. For the most part. His team probably won't be fine with it because they're going to have a Draven on the other team.
Ron,
that's
what are you
just
doing?
going to crush him. But
Flash? Wow. Alright, Fran. So Fran should have just flash ulted there. It was 100% kill. if
that
he
or
did.
gone around the edge, but yeah. Does he have flash up? Yeah.
Yeah.
they still would have been able to just kill him. the Ignite went down. If they would have had Blade Waltz and Unstoppable Force combo, that would have just bursted Whale down. So
Looks like Morgana's prioritizing Vision around Dragon here. I'm wondering which team is gonna actually go for it.
Blue team should
Blue
be.
team can easily do it because of just how dominant they are in bot lane.
the team has TP advantage for now.
All
This
three
will be back
lanes
up
are
in like
winning.
another 60.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So Vayne, when you go, there are a lot of builds on Vayne. Podcast talked about this, and I helped educate Pwn a little bit on this. But you have Bork, you have IE, you have BT. If you go IE or BT on Vayne, you max Q. If you go Bork, you max W. I don't think there's a lot more to say about it than that.
Well,
But Vayne got rid
I
of
don't think there's
Army.
much that he can do about it. So.
Next time, max Q.
Well, I mean, there's not
W.
much he can do now. Draven's got 3 kills now, so it's gonna be rough.
I just want everybody in T4 to play Draven. When I played support, I used to have a rule, until I quit playing support actually, that I only support Draven players. So, hopefully that can become a dream again.
They only support good Draven players.
Every other AD carry is pointless to play with because they're playing an inferior champion.
Then the podcast is gonna start officially, sponsoring Draven now instead of Sejuani. Remember back when they just kept trying to make everybody play Sejuani?
I'll say from my survey, I have a pretty good idea what the average elo of T-Force is, and I hope they don't start sponsoring Draven.
Why you bring that up? What is the average ELO?
What about Silver 5?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of it's
Oh, good
forwards too.
And another good ult. And Jason's dead.
I don't like that.
Good flash.
Oh,
But-
nice barrel.
Once Gragas sees
up
that
should
Malphite ults there, he should save his ult for Jace Flash and just body slam.
I mean, I don't
Spork,
think
what the hell are you doing?
A little forward by Spork here.
A little too deep.
Alright, I don't even think I need to go into that. Spork's been playing this game long enough to know what he just did.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he knows what he just did. He done goofed.
Good job of Spork, though, upgrading his warding totem. Nobody else has upgraded trinkets yet.
Blue team definitely has an advantage here. They have the lead. I'm just wondering what they should do next. You have Draven in bot lane. You have Malphite kind of pushing top. Where should they put their focus next? Like, I feel like Draven's going to start roaming here after he pushes this wave. Should he go mid? Should he go top?
Well, since they have every outer turret down,
Jerry
it's
should
good
just
to
play like a
prepare.
man and start on that second tier turret.
Yeah.
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 Just own that bottom lane, which he's already done.
Either try
Arrow
hard
finds a
or die
whale.
trying.
Oh,
Oh,
Janna.
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 Oh,
Good ult.
balanced champion.
Balanced character.
Janna doesn't care.
She's gonna die for it, but... Or is she? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Alright, so Draven went the Ghostblade here.
Oh. Huh.
I think it's pretty good. I would have
it's-
gone PD,
Oh,
but
well.
or Boots and Zio.
Poor Spork didn't get an assist on the fizz kill.
The reasoning behind a more move speed in your build and Boots and Zio is just so Vayne can't run from you. You're gonna kill her anyway. Ghostblade's okay for that too, though. Anybody in chat have any questions or anything that's confusing
Wonder
them
if
about
Jason-
this game?
I think Jace is going Brutalizer. Into, well, Yomu's. So, Brutalizer doesn't build on anything else still, right? Besides Warrior Enchant and
Yeah.
Yomu's.
Just the moves.
Yeah, so... Oh, good
Nice
combo.
ult there by Wukong.
Pork almost lived through that. Oh, but here comes Draven.
Stalker
So
really needs to pop Ghostblade.
Draven doesn't. Oh, there, he's got an axe up now.
So when Stalker flashed up, he was slightly out of auto attack range from Vayne. If he would have popped Ghostblade, he would have been good. Ghostblade and W.
early ban. That's a really early Banshees. Here he is, just man moding the turret down.
I would have liked to see Locket out of Gragas here. I don't think he really needs the extra tankiness.
Locket would be pretty good.
Usually as a jungler,
Morgana and Wukong ults.
if your support isn't building Locket, why you'd go Banshee for Locket is, one, you really need to be tanky, or two, you won't be getting Locket on your team. Gragas is a bruiser and he's going to get Locket on his team, and he's so far ahead he doesn't really need to be that much more tanky. It's the old logo. Andrew, we just answered the question, so you'll get that in 15 seconds. RP Stalker.
RP Stalker.
Yes, it is the old logo, Infectious Canine. Alright, so we're talking about things Blue Team needs to do to win harder. Top lane, Frown still has TP, so he could put pressure on top lane and make them deal with the creep wave and look for TP spot. Jungle, play around objectives, ward out the other team's jungle, and look to make plays, and deny vision with your sweeper. Make sure you're continuing to get raptors. I haven't seen that either of these games from jungles, or any BA games ever. Fiora, just keep farming. I think you're the one person where if you leave lane, Fizz leaves lane too, and your team's probably better in the 4v4 than in 5v5, and you scale pretty well in Fiora, so it's not a big deal. Janna, you have a pink now, you haven't had a pink most of the game. When you're playing against Vayne, you need to have pink in your inventory. It's imperative.
Damn.
You have upgraded sweepers, so it's not as big a deal now. But like pre-9,
that's
you
just
should have
not
a
enough.
pink.
Well, earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
Draven just do Draven things.
Man up, push bot or push mid. There's only one way to play Draven, forward.
Yeah. Silent Field is flush, but Spork's in a bad spot, so.
I feel like Sport can't complete this kill.
It clicked the bush. Wow, is that a bug?
Oh.
Brown.
Silent's still just sitting in the bush.
Alright, so this is just awareness. Pay attention.
Just.
Is there going to be a third one? Yes, there will be. Number 1, TSM hater.
Oh, wow.
Oh, barrel slow.
Red buff?
One more hit.
Draven.
Oh, Draven.
Whoa!
Got a nice little close shave there. Okay, you got him. Draven Axes hit pineapples on the rebound. Good dodge.
Ooh. Vayne can't do it.
Maybe between E and Frozen
Oh my
Heart.
goodness.
Is he gonna?
Oh!
Jenna. No, she could have monsooned there and saved him.
Yeah, John, remember he's old. You also could have used your talisman to help speed him up. Would have been good. Would have been awesome. Vayne, you need an attack speed out in a second if you go Bork. Bork IE is not good on Vayne. That's like something you see on Twitch.
Bork, PD, WMAX.
Yeah, and Bork Glass Whisper is not good either. Low damage. There's only one way to play Draven forward.
Man.
Draven's doing pretty good. Greedy page, no magic resist. I like to see it. Draven's Feast or Famine. The Janna's getting Locket, that's good. I would like to see Mikhail's, I think, with Morgana bind. And Yeah, just Morgana bind and Vayne stun and possibly some of the physics damage. Mikhail's is strong. I think when you see Draven in pro play too, oftentimes you see like one or even sometimes I think they had a game where there's a Nunu who built a Mikhail's when he's jungling with the Draven in China or something.
Yeah, if you ever want to see Draven played in pro play, just watch Arrow plays for KT, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Casey Arrow, yeah.
Yeah, he'll
Freeze
bust it
when it's
out
not
every now and
banned.
then.
Draven in pro play is so different because they have to play around stacks. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch Draven in pro play if you want to get a good idea of how Draven's played. Because AFKing and hitting 1,000 stacks and hoping you clean up in a team fight's not how you want to play Draven.
Pretty much.
QSS. You see, Draven shouldn't have to get QSS here. He should have a Mikhail's. And one of the reasons it's so good on him too is Draven usually gets BT early-ish into his build. And Draven life steals harder than like any other champion, so he just doesn't want to get one shot. And if you can get him out of CC with the W or something else, he'll just heal up. Especially with Janna shields. If you ever play Janna or Nami, you know how strong like shielding or healing someone in Mikhail's in them is.
Yeah.
It's the closest thing you will get to a heal in League of Legends and Soraka. Like a good old World of Warcraft heal. Snake from LPL and Ella. Thank you, Andrew. Somebody who watches more professional play than I do. Which is not hard. I don't watch much. It's a different game, man. Gragas. He upgraded to Trailblazer. That's not bad. Trailblazer snowballs really hard early game, and he did that, so. Pineapples. Alright, so you should be warding when you go check this bush. Or even Q bushes to check on Morgana. If you have projectile, that's good. The wards on their side of the map are pretty rough. Beast is the jungler's name. Yeah, Snake plays a pretty good Draven too. It's hard though. Pro players will never be as good as like the dedicated Draven mains, especially the ones in Challenger, because Draven requires you to put in most of your time on Draven, and they have to play other champions. As much as I'd like Draven in competitive play every game. Why try harder? Doctor left again. Rip.
We might have to institute a.
Yeah. So Infectious K9 will answer your question during chat. Battle Arena is every 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's for players Gold 1 and below to get feedback on their gameplay and things they can improve on. And after the game, there's also open-ended questions, and we kind of review 2 or 3 things each player could do better that game. Very helpful, a lot of feedback. If you're Silver 5 and below, you can also check out Bronze Boot Camp, which is Saturdays at noon Eastern Time. Similar thing, but it's a safer environment for bronze players to play each other.
Who's Stalker? There he is.
Wasn't a bad play. Generally one of the things I run down when I look at my deaths or when I look at team deaths and ooh.
Oh, nice ult.
Stalker be a man.
USS! USS! If you've got it, just smoke him if you got him. That's all it comes down to.
Or my game in a real game. Checking summoner spells and ultimates. If you die without using a flash or an ultimate, that's usually a pretty good sign of like bad misposition. Fiora. I really would have liked to see Armor Pen out of Fiora. This build with the BT and the Tiamat, not only is it a double lifesteal build, which I don't really like, it's not a lot of Armor Pen, and Fiora is kind of AD castery with how her ult and her abilities work.
Right.
Non-AD carry AD champions don't do a lot of damage with that Armor Pen. Rengar, Zed, pretty much everybody besides Yasuo because of his ultimate. They all love the Armor
Get so
Pen.
much free armor pen.
Ooh.
I don't necessarily mind
And he
what Vayne
steals
is
blue buff
doing
with
here.
axes. Nice.
Oh,
Well played, Stalker.
Stalker's
Green
admiring
is
his
on the
glorious
split push.
play.
Dragon's up. They could just burn this down really quickly.
yeah. Even if it were 5v5, I don't know if our team would be able to contest this dragon. So
No, they wouldn't.
I don't necessarily mind Vayne split pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Blue team
Actually,
needs
should
to
be
be
able to
damage
get
decisive.
on this
turret.
tower.
Whoa.
Oh,
Too fast, too furious.
Silent thought he could run.
Alright, so when you're playing against a Draven as a jungler, especially one who does well, and an AD mid like Fiora, I know Black Cleaver is cool, I know it synergizes with Warrior and Cinderhulk and
Randuin's.
Wukong, blah blah, but yeah, by Randuin second.
By Randuin's. Best
Randuin's
jungle item.
Warrior is like the strongest 2-item power spike you can possibly get as a jungler.
Nice Sonia's. Keep those cooldowns.
Is Rip Stalker.
Draven.
As the Stalker needed more money.
Mo money.
He uses Mikhail's too. Nice. I mean his QSS. Oh, let's get into Mikhail's.
They're finally learning how to use their actives.
Hey, yeah, that's really good. Talisman usage by Jana.
Mm.
If you play support in solo queue, and if you don't win lane, don't expect to climb elo as a support. Like, that's kind of how you win solo
Yeah,
queue games
you have
as
to
a
win
support.
lane.
2, if you feel like you're winning lane and you're only winning half your games, 1, it's not because of your team. 2, consider playing champions with stuff like Talisman. If you really know as much about the game as you think you do, pick the engages and win it. At least
Shoving
it's
the
on you if
wards
you
there,
lose. It's crazy, man.
Oh my goodness.
They just threw 4 wards in that push.
4 wards.
4 wards. Oh, Stalker. Just eats him alive at this point.
Dirt McGirt. I really
This
don't
is-
like Stalker's build though. I would have liked to see BT a lot earlier. BT and Jana is like crazy.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can understand the Yo moves, but I don't know. They have enough for it now. Yeah, he has enough for it whenever he
Yeah.
goes back, so.
He is, which is good. Fran's actually doing pretty good at the Malphite.
Yeah, I really like the Malphite build.
Exciting stuff. Alright, so it looks like Fizz is getting a void. That's good. He recognized that Jana has Locket Vine Solari. Or he just didn't have money to buy anything else. Hopefully the former. Jace is putting Cleaver. I don't like BC here on Jace. I think if you're this far behind, Jace doesn't have a lot of CC. You need to recognize that Jace brings damage to the table. And you still need to win the game. So buy Last Whisper.
He should have had. He could have gone Whisper instead of.
Page Ruby.
Yeah, Brute, Page.
Yeah, Brute's not even the worst. I don't mind the Mana Moon Brute Last Whisper build. I think that's like max damage. Or close to it.
I'm not a fan of top lane Chase, so.
Yeah.
You have to be like really careful with it.
You just have to win lane. You take it top to win lane harder.
Problem is he struggles. Oh, excuse me. For the most part, he struggles to win lane against top and top.
It's really matchup dependent. Some are good, some are really bad. He struggles with ganks more than anything. If you fall behind on him, you can't come back.
Yeah.
Or at least in lane.
What?
I should have gone Cinder that game, but we didn't fall that far behind.
We're gonna die, but
At least he's going hard.
never mind.
So Spork
Spork's
just
not
showed
gonna
off
die.
one, the power of buying an elixir before a team fight. We talk about it a lot, but he did it and he didn't die because of it. Two, if you're about to die, go hard because you're gonna die anyway, so you get your damage down. Wow.
What? Oh, team balance.
I played mid game really bad. Yeah, watch your wards on both sides of River Spork. The two questionable plays he made were both just not having wards.
Mm-hmm.
I did because Horse mentioned it last game. It told you. I'm a god, Spork. I can see into the future.
Wow. Alright, well.
Good game. Brown, I had 480 armor.
Javen
Just a
will now
little
be
bit
the
of
official
armor.
mascot of Battle Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the official mascot of Battle Arena?
Draven.
Oh, yeah.
Except nobody who plays BA plays Javen. Alright. So, besides Stalker. Advanced details. What do we have here? Statistics. Nobody did that much damage actually. Alright. Pink wards. I'm gonna go over this every game until people do it. None from Frown. I'm disappointed, Frown.
Wah, wah.
Jace, none. Fizz, none. That's not good. Please.
Wah, wah.
At least buy a pink.
I won at some point.
Jana, you did a good
Humorous.
job. 42 wards. Props.
Wait, Pineapple Strip or Jana?
Mhm.
Morgana.
Paid.
Yeah,
This is
Yeah,
pretty
Pineapples
Pineapples
rough.
is
pretty good.
Morgana.
Yeah, I know. They have similar names.
So sometimes as a jungler you won't place a lot of wards because just early you get your sweeper. Should be buying more greens, should be sweeping more. If you have raptors constantly and you have the sweeper, even though they didn't ward a lot, you should be close to double digits here. Who else didn't buy greens? Alright, so this team only bought 7 greens and Wukong bought them all. That means until they upgraded their trinkets, nobody bought a green ward. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
That's not how you win games.
Gragas, you played pretty well early. I would say John ended up getting Locket, so that's not the worst either. Could have pressured the map harder, in all honesty. When I look at a game that should have been a 20-minute game, and it's a 33-minute game, almost 34, and you have 180 farm on a jungler, that probably means that you should have been one ending the game earlier and not hitting 180 farm on a jungler.
Yeah.
Ult usage too. Sometimes you went a little too hard with Glory, and you just ulted people when your team wasn't totally there. Fiora, double lifesteals iffy. I would have liked to see armor pen mid game. I think we talked about armor pen, but armor pen's important in Fiora. Good job purchasing an elixir. That helped you a lot. I'm glad somebody's listening to me. Let's see what else do we have here. Be really careful when you're playing a melee champion or even a ranged champion mid lane and you don't have wards or flash. You just need to chill. Put on some. What the hell does Tuco listen to? Jimmy Buffett. Put on some Jimmy Buffett and just chill. Malphite. You did a good job surviving lane early. I think TP usage could have been a little better. But I didn't see it. Did you see anything from Malphite?
No, I saw him farm top a lot and take no damage, so you
I'll
did your
say
job.
obligatory CS could have been higher.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was getting poked at, but he wasn't feeling any pain, so.
Draven. I would have asked my support to get a Mikhails instead of getting QSS. Remember to use QSS when you buy it. And your ult usage was pretty iffy. A lot of times on Draven, you want to be using your ult after your E to guarantee that you're going to get half of it down, and then you can control the other half as it comes back. And it's pretty easy to hit the back end because they just need to be standing in front of you. And the front end's easy to hit at the front of an E. So maybe save it for the E combo. E auto ult can like one-shot someone. You just kind of threw it out before fights, which is awkward. It's not Jinx or Graves. It plays differently. You have to hit it. Janna. Buy pinks earlier in lane. You didn't have one to deal with Vayne. If the Vayne was better, you may have died at 6. Or if lane was closer. But you kind of got bailed out by Draven. Fizz. Upgrade, Trinket, Whale. I don't really... We're just gonna go to the next person. Jace. Last Whisper, if you're that far behind, you still need to do damage. Jace doesn't bring CC to the damage table. It's like an 80 carry. If you're really far behind, you never go BT third. You just need the Last Whisper to actually do damage. Morgana. I'd work on general laning. I wouldn't throw out Bind if you're not 100% sure if you can hit it. And work on binding to where Draven's axe is going to go. Call for jungler ganks in a Draven matchup. You kind of deal with Draven with your jungler. And don't be afraid to flash ult or flash bind Draven on a jungle gank just to make sure you don't miss it. Sometimes Morgana's you have to flash bind. And people are scared to do it. Vayne, get Scrying Orb. Don't go IE second. I didn't see a lot else from Vayne. Work on Condemn combo for trading. It's pretty important to Draven. Vayne can do... She's bad against Draven, but there's a way to play it to make it less bad. You want to trade with 3 autos. So you auto. You condemn the 3rd auto. So you get the damage down in the trade. Then Draven will drop an axe because you condemned. And you can ult and continue the trade if you really think you're not playing where you cannot. You can also, if Draven picks a trade with you and he's near a wall or something... Or even if he's not, you can condemn and get him to drop axes, and then the trade's a lot closer. But the one thing Vayne can kind of do from Draven is the 3 auto condemn harass trick, or the just condemn him out of axes and try and trade. But that is how Vayne wants to play the lane. Help deal with axes and then fight. You guys make a lobby?
Yeah, we made a lobby.
Alright, word. Wukong. Buy or Endo in second when Draven and Malphite are fed. Also, look at your team comp. Let's look at the comp. Fizz, high damage. Jace, high damage. Vayne, high damage. I don't know why you wouldn't buy Cinderhulk here. You said in chat you didn't see until your team fell too far behind, but I think that's almost a moot point. I think your team just had 3 carries and you needed to be a tank and work on a support. I think it's irrelevant. Anybody else see anything?
Nothing in particular that you haven't covered yet. So.
Alright, cool. In Vayne, max W first when you go Blade.
Yeah.
Fuck mouse, those teams.
I'm just kind of like looking through the skill maxing
Of who, Vayne?
No, just of everybody in general.
Okay.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Usually
Gragas takes... I thought... Is Gragas supposed to max W?
Not sure. I max W or body slam when I play Gragas.
Yeah. He went barrel roll that game. And Fizz went W, which kind of makes sense as well. But
alright, we're gonna kill stream for about 15 seconds, or we're gonna kill it until next game fills up. If you want an invite to next game, say something in chat, or you can hop in the in-game chat channel T-Force and we'll get you in.
Yep.